we all doing today? My name is Anima and I have a post-commentated Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle for you all. This time against Sky, not the Sky random, much to my eternal sadness and regret. This is Sky, the passerby, and I'm Anima, the twat. It was my mistake actually. I brought 4 Pokemon instead of 6. This is because I was trying to live record this and Bandicam encountered an error, which I really bloody hope it's not gonna do right now. Touch fucking wood, find some wood, molest it, rub your face in it. I don't care, just find some wood, please. Don't turn that into a euphemism. So, I actually accidentally brought the 4 Pokemon while my opponent brought the full 6, which is totally fine, no boohoo on their part, because that's how 6v6s go. But I actually decided to stick around despite the scariness of the team. Pretty balanced looking actually. Common Earthquake weakness in Tyrantrum and Ninetales, but other than that, yeah, I mean there's fighting weakness, but then Crobat kind of 4 times resistant. Just kind of big and tanky. So the other 2 party members that would have been on this team would have been Aegislash and Greninja. So we've actually gotten rid of one of the two like really friggin' powerful Pokemon on the team for this to happen. For those of you who don't know, I'm running a specially defensive Arcanine with a bit of defense sprinkled in, max HP with the Will-O-Wisp and all kinds of cool stuff. Donphan is adamant, max HP with Assault Vest. Venusaur is Venusaur, and Granbull is fucking Granbull. It's brilliant, defensive, and really cool. So thankfully my walls are out, so I do have a chance. I led with Donphan while they led with Ninetales. I expected them to just go straight for an attack for a Solar Beam, and I was banking on my Sturdy here. Decided to just stay in and go for the Earthquake because I wanted to get rid of this massive threat. Straight off the bat, I did have Arcanine that I could have switched into, but I wanted to preserve my Arcanine in as much good shape as possible to possibly inflict burns and get off some critical E-speeds. And the Rocky Helmet is also very important. So at this point I am sacking my Donphan off, which may not have been a very smart idea. But I really wanted to get some damage on this Crobat because I could see it being a problem. With the Brave Bird and so on and so forth, and the poison typing, Arcanine doesn't resist the Brave Bird, but it would have been, I mean, basically poison and flying would do a number to both Venusaur and Granbull, so I needed this thing out of the picture. Thankfully my opponent switched it in very mysteriously. I really don't know why. They had plenty of options. I guess they had the Greninja and they saw how well that Donphan took the flamethrower in the sun from a Ninetales, so they were hesitant about bringing in their Greninja, whose water attacks would not be as strong with the sun up. My logic here was bringing in Matilda just to get the Intimidate off on the Crobat, and hit it with an E-Speed, hoping that it would take itself out with both the Rocky Helmet and Life Orb Recall, and as you can see my plan almost succeeds, because it is probably down to like 1 HP or something ridiculous. It's bullshit. It's complete and utter bull doo-doo. But my opponent does decide to sack their Crobat off here. Just trying to go for a cheeky cross poison just in case they can inflict the poison, which is not a bad play at all. Matilda's HP is very critical in this game, as you will see later on. Could have gone for the Morning Sun, but I just wanted this Crobat dead, as I explained before. Could have even gone for the E-Speed, but didn't want to risk them switching out, wanted to be able to do as much damage as poss. So out comes the Medicham, and Nasha pretty much walls this thing quite well. I thought after an Intimidate I can take at least 1 poison jab, was my thinking, and I'd be able to scout for it and see if it had it, and it wouldn't be able to last under 2 Intimidates from both Arcanine and Granbull anyway. But to my luck, they don't have the poison jab. They would have gone for it then. They do have the Thunder Punch, and this tells me they don't have poison jab. The Sonnet is going to fade, which isn't really that good for anybody, honestly. I would have liked it around for Arcanine because I have Morning Sun. But my opponent does reveal the Bullet Punch. They chose to stay in on a Fairy type. Big mistake, Sun. After the Intimidate, that Bullet Punch is going to do shite. And I didn't want to overpredict, so I stayed and went for the Play Rough, which just dissolves the Medicham. Don't think the crit mattered. That's a stab Play Rough from a powerful Granbull. Not invested in attack, but Granbull's attack stat is pretty damn monstrous. That's a stab and Play Rough and power. So down went the Medicham. That's the Mega gone, and the Crobat, and the Ninetales gone, so I'm in a pretty good position. We're actually even now with 3 on 3. I don't really know what my opponent was thinking here. They really should have gone on the offensive. But I decided to stay in and go for the Play Rough anyway, just to do as much damage as possible to the Tyrantrum. I knew I could wall it stab nicely, get a critical hit again because Granbull is pissed off, and I'm going to get some more lefties back, which is important later on. As you will see, I did decide to switch out and get the Intimidate just to put the Tyrantrum back to neutral, and if it went for an attacking move, it would get hit by the Rocky Helmet anyway, so it's going pretty good. They go for the Poison Fang, which would have been upsetting, but alas, my good friend, I did switch out into Arcanine, and they are going to die to the Rocky Helmet damage, which is excellent for me. Now, we're actually 3-on-2. I'm actually winning at this point. I've got more Pokemon, which is extremely nice for me. I did think that they were going to go for the Water-type move, so I decided to switch out Matilda and go into Marcus. So if they'd gone for an Ice Beam here, I would have been screwed, but I think they wanted to get rid of Arcanine as fast as possible because of the extreme speed. So the Water Pledge is going to hit Marcus, and Marcus is going to take that very, very, very nicely. And at this point, I was thinking, I did suspect it had the Life Orb, which is why I wanted to switch it to Marcus, just to stall it out a little bit. And I wanted to get a Leech Seed off with Marcus here, and it would have been critical. But as you are about to see, first let's see how much damage this Ice Beam does. Wait for it, wait for it. It does shitloads! Shitloads! I go for the Leech Seed and miss, which sucks. Now at this point my logic is I need to get this thing down to a low enough point where I'm going to be able to kill it easily. So I wanted to go into Matilda, just to get, just to resist the Ice Beam, and the eventuality of my plan is to have Marcus the Venusaur in front of the Blissey, because I want to get a Leech Seed off on it. I can't be poisoned by it, so it's no big deal. I just needed to be able to get a Leech Seed off of it. Now, tragically for me, I'm not going to be able to do enough damage to this Greninja with my priority moves, which suck, and yeah, it's just really not a good day. So my last effort really is to switch in Nasha. I know that Venusaur can take an Ice Beam, but I don't want to mess around with this potential Blissey situation. I want to be at a lot of health for when the Blissey comes in. And for some reason, I just thought Ground Ball can take a Stab, Life Orb, fucking Water move from a Greninja, and it can! So maybe the Greninja is not maxed out with the EVs, with the IVs rather, because it's shiny, so it might have been a bit of a painful situation with that. But Grand Ball does take it. Nasha takes it to the bank, cashes it in, gets some nice spring water, and I went for the landed the T-Wave, which is absolutely critical, and went for the EQ. I could have gone for the EQ straight off, but just wanted to, same thing really, just wanted to guarantee outspeeding, just wanted to guarantee. And I kind of thought I would outspeed a Blissey, but Grand Ball's speed stat is fucking awful, so this big egg thing is going to be able to outspeed a dog. Don't ask me how it works! Don't ask me how it works! See this egg rolling around? I don't get it, but it happened, okay? I'm over it now. I'm not over it. I went for the Leech Seed with Marcus, as I explained to you earlier, and now the stalling begins, as it's going to go for the Seismic Toss. Now, I was freaking out because I just thought if I don't get enough health from the Leech Seed, but that's impossible because Blissey's are so fat. You're going to see, I'm going to get a bit of a Leech Seed recovery here, and I'm going to go from 31 all the way to 76. So this combined with Giga Drain is going to keep me outpacing these Seismic Tosses, which are going to do 50 damage each time, guaranteed. Which is extremely nice. This is precisely why I wanted Marcus in front of Blissey, so that I could put this plan into action. I'm actually really shocked that that this is happening, because I normally have so much trouble with Blissey, to tell you the truth. I really do. And I really wanted Aegislash around for this thing. I would have loved to go for Sacred Sword and just hit its stupid little face, but I'm an idiot and didn't include him, so yeah, so my opponent is going to go for the Seismic Toss in vain, as I am still going to be able to get health. My plan here was to just keep on getting health until I could start landing Sludge Bombs and hopefully get a poison off on this thing, guaranteeing its death. I was really fearing the Soft Boiled being a situation, being this pointless matchup, because ultimately, like, I'm winning, and I was really hoping that my opponent wouldn't drag this on, and thankfully, mercifully, they didn't. So, trust in people named Sky, even if they do decide to continue with their 6 Pokemon while you've only got 4. But then, fair enough, I mean, you don't have to forfeit just because your opponent made a mistake. That's kind of a backwards mode of thinking. But I mean, typically I do. If I see my opponent accidentally bought 3 or whatever, I usually forfeit because I don't want to deal with that noise. It's kind of unfair. But my opponent did decide to continue the challenge, which is why we have this battle right here. We are going to get some lives sometime soon, but Bandicam keeps fucking up when I try to do a live, which is very irritating for me, for everybody involved, in fact. That's me, and me, and me. And you, kind of, if you want some live battles. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thank you so much for the support, everybody. It's really nice to have a capture card again, all fixed and beautiful. It didn't actually cost me that much to repair, so hooray! Please feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed. Can we get this video up to 10 likes? It would mean the absolute world to me. And as always, you don't have to do any of that. You don't have to like, you don't have to comment. But I would like it if you did those things, and I would like it if you subscribed. I would love to have you on board. So, with all of that out of the way, the most important thing I need to call to your attention is for you to take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon, my friends. Bye-bye!